Be
All
turned.
right, this sounds like it's got to happen sometime in the next year. I'm gonna ask him.
Here comes
Here is
McKenna
McKenna.
in the red. Like you said, Joe, I mean, we knew him since he was a pipsqueak, and we thought, man, is he going to be big enough to wrestle 105, 103?
Yeah.
You know, and now
He's
he's
put
138.
together.
He wrestled 132 at the junior trials, and
Here's
we thought,
Aaron
man, he might be a
Pico
little
on
small, and he
stage.
just
Buxton in gray in McKenna's corner. I see Kalika.
cadet world team member Pico versus last year's cadet world team member
Here we go.
McKenna, and we're underway.
And already getting to those nasty snaps. Finds a leg after a pass by. Pico's looking to score early. Nothing yet. Got to get that other point of contact on the mat. Working their way to the edge. And it's push. Nope. Takedown for Pico. 2-0. 242.
Really,
he wasted no time there.
Really nice transition there to the shot. He went slide by, then shot.
There's a double leg attempt by McKenna who clears away, who's underneath for a second. There's that over tie to a snap to a pass by. You see him put a lot of pressure or release pressure, snap at the elbow, and then a pass by.
There's those heavy hands. Shot from outside by McKenna. He's been really developing that. I haven't seen a whole heck of a lot of that out of McKenna over the last 3 or 4 years, but this tournament he's really developed a double that he runs through. I saw him get it on JoJo Smith last night.
Now, here's McKenna, like we said, is the toughest guy Pico's wrestled, but typically what you see in an Aaron Pico match when somebody's competitive early, you know, he'll be snapping, he won't get to as many shots, but by the third period or late in the second period in a freestyle match, he'll start just score. Like,
yep.
It's hard to keep up with it, to keep up with the angles he gets with his snap downs. You know, when you start getting that tired, and eventually all you're doing is trying to stay in position.
Yeah, that becomes an issue, Joe. Those heavy hands wear on you. Pico always has his hands on you.
One thing we're talking about, Aaron Pico's trained with tons of senior level guys. He goes overseas and
just came
with
back from
world
the Ukraine.
Teams. Yeah, and it's like he's confident enough to go wrestle best guys in the world and go in and train hard. I think that's something that would be really difficult for most guys that are 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
His coach out there cleaning some blood up. Pico's, you see a lot of guys, beat up faces, bloody nose, swollen ears.
McKenna turns 18 in August. Pico turns 17 in September.
Kendall Cross making it over for this one.
So Joey about 13 months older.
And here they go. Back underway with 2 minutes in the first period.
Heavy collar tie by Pico.
Snap down to front headlock, Aaron Pico.
Trying to put his head in the hole there.
See him looking for a leg too. Staying nice and square is McKenna, who comes back to his feet. And we've seen him shoot doubles from almost no tie-up. That's where he's been attacking from. Where Pico, we see him right there, that over tie. That's how he looks for his angles. Starting to get one, but a couple dump attempts for McKenna that are unsuccessful.
Kind of heavy on that elbow.
It does slow down Pico, and they're brought back to their feet. Buxton asking McKenna to move his feet, get his feet going a little more.
And Cheeks, he'll snap, right? And a lot of times he looks for that high crotch. And when he was getting scored on, in that match with Garcia was hitting a switch.
Hitting a switch off that high crotch.
Yeah.
Takedown awarded for Pico. Snap down, finds the angle this time and scores 4-0. Yeah, 3 times in a row, one with a gut on those switch, boot scoot, whatever you want to call it. 4-0 now. McKenna in and out on a shot.
That shrug attempt to a low single.
He caught him with like a foot trip.
That was gorgeous.
That was nice takedown, 6-0, and no turn. There,
Told
McKenna,
you
like
can't be turned.
It was right there.
I'll tell you what, though.
Right there.
I almost ate my words.
That was so close. 6-0, McKenna shoots that straight on double. Comes up, tying up the arms. Looking foot trip there, foot sweep. 10 seconds left in the first period. Good first period for Pico, scoring with his own offense.
And one thing that I think gets lost in all of Pico's attributes, you know, the heavy hands, the transitions, the chain wrestling kind of thing, is his gas tank.
Down here with junior national champion Seth Gross from Apple Valley, Minnesota. Seth, what's it like to win a national title in a tournament that's so prestigious?
You know, it's a great feeling. You know, you train hard all year, and just to get to show what you got out here is great.
You had another Minnesota wrestler in the finals, Kyle Gleva. You guys apparently have been wrestling a long time. You know, how's that series been between the two of you?
You know, we've been wrestling since we're like 6 or 7 years old. He usually beat me back when we were little, and it's always been close matches. And I know he's a great wrestler, so it was great beating him here.
What's the best thing about wrestling in Fargo in July?
You know, it's just a lot of fun, and, you know, just getting prepared for this, just trusting God to make sure I do my best out here, and just a lot of fun.
I have a national champion from Minnesota, Seth Gross.
Back to action here. McKenna looking for a shrug, and Pico counters with one of his own, drives through the hips
Nice
and
takedown.
Gets the 2, 8-0 now.
And here's the thing, the first period was great for Pico. He scored 3 times, but he was not in danger of getting scored on once in that period.
No, I mean, that's what happens when you're going forward.
But McKenna just lost the headgear. That's like turning the hat on
getting
backwards.
real now.
That's like over the top.
Yeah. Snap. Almost gets to that leg.
Pico did have an angle. Look at Pico's face is raw.
Yeah. He's beat up. When he's been doing a lot of beating up, but after 15 matches, looking for a second title here of the week. He's a takedown away from it.
2-minute mark. Pico thought about a drag there.
Snaps to, he's got an underhook on the left side of McKenna. Yeah, like we were talking about senior level, it's going to be awesome to see what these guys do in the next 10 years.
You know, but I don't know. As good as these guys are, think about the depth we have and the ladder that they have to climb through. Of course, they're young.
Guys like Jake Varner were at this level at one time. And getting to that leg. Oh, yeah, he's bleeding all over McKenna.
115.
Action slowed down just a little bit. It's right there in center mat. Ear-to-ear tie.
McKenna hasn't been able to create any angles.
You know what? He kind of wrestles, you know, the way he can get his hands going is kind of like Kadukov when he, you know, when he years ago, not years ago, but I feel like his hands used to be a little more active. Would he get to so many angles and set up his leg attacks that way? Made it look easy, and you know, Aaron Pico makes it look kind of easy sometimes. There's so much that goes into that, though.
There's so much going on that you don't really recognize.
Yeah,
little
where
things.
His feet are going, where the pressure's coming on, coming off. 20 seconds left here.
Shot from the outside by McKenna. Pico's going to drive.
And gets the 2 points. That's going to be 10-0.
2 confirmed, and it's a tech in 5:48 for Aaron Pico.
The tech fall. He is a hammer.
It's pretty good, eh?
And another big win for Aaron Pico.
And that's his 5th title in Fargo.
Well, listen to this. wins Fargo, won Fila Cadets, won Fila Juniors, won Folk Style Nationals, Triple Crown winner last year, Cadet Nationals, and Freestyle and Greco 2 years
Good job,
ago.
Aaron.
Has a kid ever lost?